Hey guys, Supercoach God here, and today we are back with my team update post preseason games. So, preseason games are done, they're over, and now it's time to get into the round zero stuff, the real stuff. Obviously, if you don't already know, round zero does not count. Because I do know some people are like just making their teams now and they're looking for ideas and stuff. So, yeah. Also, chuck a sub. We're trying to get to 1K. Before round one, before the real Supercoach stuff starts. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get into this video. Obviously, got the new background because room's a mess. But yeah, let's get into it. At D1, I think it's pretty self explanatory. I think most people have this guy now, 70% ownership. So his ownership's actually gone up after preseason games. I think it was about 67% beforehand. And now I think with less people picking a Flanders or a Sicily, they've gone to a Nick Dacos with the especially with Flanders if you got the extra cash. I think this guy's just a lock. You can't afford not to pick him now. But yeah, it's D1 for me. D2 is Tom Stewart. So Tom Stewart obviously got the role he's always had, really. He's just going to dominate in it. Had an okay pracky game, but we know what he's going to do in the real stuff. So, yeah, lock him in. D3, we've got Harry Sheezel. So Harry Sheezel's still got his half-back role. We know he played a bit of mid last year, but I think he's still going to have that half-back role. Killed in the pracky game. And yeah, I can't see how this pick can really go wrong. This is an injury in there, God forbid. Touch wood, but yeah. Next, we've got D4. So D4 got probably the second most popular pick. Yeah, Hayden Young. So it's the third most popular now. Actually, Sheezel's more popular. Damn. Hayden Young. So Hayden Young has that midfield role. Could he potentially play a bit of a tagging role sometimes? I don't think so too much. And if he does, he's going to score in his own right anyway. It will just be like manning players up. It won't be a full-on tagging role. But yeah, Hayden Young is definitely... We saw what he did when he was playing midfield last year. So I definitely love the pick. Next, we've got... We're going to go percentage ownership here. Could be easier. Zach Williams. So Zach Williams at 216K. They said he will play round zero. He will most likely play round zero. So if he plays round zero, we're going to get a real good look at him. And obviously round zero counts towards your break even. So yeah, we'll see how it pans out. But yeah. Next we've got... I've put Zach Reed at D8. I think he's got better scoring capabilities than Gibcus and Caulfield. Maybe not Caulfield, but I think definitely better than Gibcus. And yeah, so he's 200 centimeters or something ridiculous as a key back. Should take some intercept marks and get some spoils, which gets nice Supercoach points. And then we got Gibcus and Caulfield. So yeah, Caulfield played quite well in the pracky game. He played all right, and Gibcus also did. There's just not many bench players back there. You could argue a Dan Kern, but I don't think that's the way to go. Too expensive for me. But yeah, Ethan Phillips as well, and Toby Pink. I just think these ones are better. And with Toby Pink, I can't afford to have another North player on my field. I probably could, but one's going to be bound to score bad every week. And sorry, I just had to burp there. Pardon me. We'll go on to the midfielders though, and the midfield is interesting. I haven't had this man in all preseason, but Bont is now in my team. So he just destroyed it the other day. Yeah, he destroyed it. I can't see him averaging. He could average like 5 points under what he did last year, and I think it's still a good pick. But he just looked unreal in the Pracky game. Really cemented his spot in my team with that performance. Next, for the moment, I've got Tom Liberatore. It's him or Butters for me. And I don't know which way to go. Butters probably has more of an upside, but he also just had that ankle issue. And apparently he had it the week before as well, but they didn't come out and say it, so they just played him. So it's not very smart, is it, from Port? But oh well. Liba, I think he looked unreal in the pre-game too. He just gets so many. He's just an inside bull, and I love that about him. Next, we've got Darcy Parish. So I'm going the 3 Uber Premium midfielders. It used to be 4. LDU maybe. LDU's gone from my team. I'm not picking LDU. After what he just did and what he did to me last year, I can't do it. Cannot do it. But yeah, Parish seems to improve full preseason. I think he is definitely a good starting pick at 600k. Next, we've got Jack Steele. Jack Steele. I actually love the way this man plays. Very hard, very tough. And I honestly think he was taking the piss in the last preseason game. I genuinely think he was taking the absolute piss. So this guy is 100% in my team. Yeah, lock it in for me. Next, we've got someone who's certainly a lock. Certainly a lock in my side. This guy's not moving. Nick Martin. So Nick Martin, 490k. I think. So he'll get the halfback, he'll get DPP, and then we can put him in the back line, and there we go. I've already got 5 primo defenders, but yeah, really like his scoring potential, especially on halfback. I think he got 120. Sorry, he got 120 fantasy, 109 supercoach. I think he'll score more supercoach than fantasy during the year. He just disposal efficiency killed him a bit, but seems to have that like Dacos-ish role in the half back line. And yeah, I love it. We're putting McKercher in. Now, I think McKercher's too risky not to start at 62%. I have enough money to actually go up to Dow, or a Berry, but I don't want to do it. I can't go against McKercher. He obviously didn't have the best pracky game, but he still looked all right, and there's definitely the roles there. Just whether he can capitalize on it is the issue. Next, we've got Riley Sanders. So Riley Sanders is 184k, 67% owned, and he is an absolute lock. This is not changing. This M7 is not changing at all in my side. Sanders is staying. Next, we've actually got Huswaite. So Huswaite looks really good. Surprisingly, in 15% of sides. I guess some people don't want to pick all 3 of those players, which I understand, but they all look so good. The one that looks the worst is probably McKercher, and he's the most expensive. So that I'm still a bit iffy about that, but he seems out of the role. Anyway, Huswaite scored an 85 or something in the Pracky game. Yeah, I really like the pick. Should keep his spot, I'd assume. Job security is probably not an issue. Next, we've got... Who do we have? Let me have a look. We've got Matt Roberts. We got Matt Roberts, Clark, and Weir for now. Weir could turn to Sharp. I don't know much about Sharp, to be honest. I haven't really looked into it. Didn't play that well in the Pracky game, though, so Weir didn't that much either, but that M11 spot is, we're not looking too good in that position. There's not many players that you could get there that are going to score a ton for you, so I think you just got to cop a Weir or a Sharp and hope it goes well for you. But yeah, Roberts looked really good in the Pracky game, really good, and I think he keeps his spot. Job security is definitely an issue, but I think he keeps his spot. Clark definitely keeps his spot. He's definitely best 22. I can't see him being a sub risk either, so I think he's locked and loaded in there. Anyway, we'll go into the rucks. Grundy, sorry, I'll say it. Gawn and Grundy. They're the two, and they're looking real good, real good. Sorry, Grundy's not looking that good, but Gawn, what do you get, a 185 or something in the Pracky game? Yeah, just lock him in. His ownership's probably gone up from that, you'd assume. He's actually, because Grundy was more highly owned, so he's overtaken him. I think Sherry's getting more interest now as well, from memory. So Sherry seems to be getting a bit more interest. So does English. So a lot of people are trying to get Grundy up to English. I don't see there's 250k in there that you can use elsewhere, and I don't think their scoring is going to be that far apart. Yes, English will average more, and you're locking in your R1, but the R1 for the year. But Grundy's value is too good, so I have to go there. Next, we got, this is either, I'm going to put Naismith in there, and only because I have the cash to put him in there. But this might be Livingston. I don't know yet. Obviously, we don't know if Naismith really plays. I think he plays the first couple of weeks because I think Nank is out. But is he actually going to get a price rise? Maybe one. So, not for me, unless they run the two rucks, which they might. But they've already got Samson Ryan as well. But yeah, Richmond supporters are going to have to tell me whether to pick Naismith or not. So if you're a Richmond supporter, write in the comments what you think. How many games will he play for? Will they dual ruck? It's hard to tell. Forwards, we've got Fisher at F1. Flanders is gone. He can redeem himself in round 0 for me to pick him. He might need a 120 for me to pick him. No, it's a very hard one. He's still very highly owned, I believe. Flanders. Where is he? Oh, he's still 31% owned. He was probably about 50 before. Higher, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he's an absolute lock, Fisher. Fisher is a lock in my side. I'm starting this man. So I'm going to have to find a way to get Flanders and Fisher in if Flanders still looks really good. And it will probably have to be by sending Fife on his way, who is my next pick. So obviously Fisher's got the half-back role. It's beautiful. With Sheezel and Fisher, we've almost got a Hall Zeeble type situation. It's amazing. It's great to see that type of combo back. But yeah, or a Sheezel and Zeeble duo. But Fife, he just looks really good. He played well in the Pracky game. He had a lot of handballs, but I think players of that caliber just take the mick in preseason games and just handball it away so they can give other people, their teammates, opportunities. to prove something almost. I don't know, but it was like with Steele. Steele had a lot of handballs. I think Fife is the way to go if Flanders doesn't just dominate round 0. Next, we've got... Who do we have? We have Billings. Sorry, Jordan. James Jordan. Yeah, he played super well in the Pracky game. See, all these players played pretty well in the Pracky game in my team. Maybe bar Stewart and McKercher. They all played really well. So I think Jordan's got the role. He's got that wing mid role, and he seems to score quite well in it at the Swans anyway. So, and especially with like Adams now out, he's going to get opportunities in the midfield. I think he's definitely a go. Could be top 6. Not totally out of the question. Next we've got Billings. So Billings, I'm looking at him and I'm going, I can see you averaging 90. I can see you averaging 75. It's very broad of what he can average this year. But yeah, I think Billings is definitely... He's probably more of a lock than... I think he's more of a lock for me than Fife, just because of that extra 40K as well. He'll probably make more money. Fife probably higher chance of being a keeper though, but Fife will probably get injured by round 12 and we'll have to send him somewhere. So, I don't know. That's just how I'm looking at it. Next, we've got Harley Reid. So, Harley Reid... He redeemed himself. He definitely did. He redeemed himself. I remember those periods where I put him out of my team. It was outrageous, but he's redeemed himself, and yeah, he's in my side, and he's locked in there now. He's locked in there for sure. Next, we've actually got Sexton. So Sexton, he's got the role unless he becomes a constable and butchers at round 0 and doesn't play. I can't. Or plays first 2 games and then doesn't play. I can't see this pick failing. Definitely probably my favourite rookie of the bunch. Yeah, I reckon he's my favourite rookie of the bunch. Or Sanders, maybe. And then we've got someone who I'd love to have on field. But I can't. Darcy Wilson. So he got a 110 or something in the Pracky game, 105. His scoring potential is very good, very good. He didn't even have that high of a kicking accuracy, disposal efficiency, whatever, and he still scored really well. He didn't kick a goal, I don't think. Score involvements, I think, were the thing that got him there, but at the end of the day. But yeah, Darcy Wilson's definitely a nice pick. And then lastly, for now, Oliver Dempsey. So Oliver Dempsey's actually only 3% owned, and it's because of the price. If he was 123K, I guarantee you'd see him in 40% of sides. So yeah, he's got the role. I think he keeps it as well. He played really well, and I think there's only more to come. So in saying that, we've got 52K remaining. And if we went to a Livingston instead of a Naismith, it'd be 73K. So we're going to go... I'm just going to quickly go over the players that could move. So I'm going to tell you how many of my spots are locked. So the Dacos, Stewart, Sheasel, Young, locked. Reid, locked. Caulfield, locked. Gibcus, locked. Williams, it all depends on whether he plays. It all depends on whether he plays. It could change. But I think, in all honesty, my backline is locked. You struggle to see other players around the 200K mark to put in, or other rookies. So, yeah, I think my backline's locked. Next, the midfield. Bont is locked. He's locked. Libba could change to a Butters. Parrish could change, but I don't think he will. So, yeah, I'll say he's locked. Steele's locked. Martin's locked. Kircher isn't locked. He's not locked for now. But yeah, it depends what we see in round 0 from some players as well. Sanders locked. Huswaite locked. Roberts Clark locked. Weir's not. So far we've got Libba, McKercher, and Weir that aren't locked. Then we've got Gorn Grundy are locked. Naismith's not. So that are 3 spots depending on whether Naismith plays. So there's not much in it. So 3, 4. And then Fisher locked. Fife's not locked. All depends on Flanders. Jordan, Billings, Reed, Sexton, Wilson, and Dempsey. Oh, Wilson locked. Dempsey can change. So we got 2 players there. So we got 6 players that could change out of 30? Right? 30. I think we've done pretty well. I'm confident on my team now. If I was going into round 1 tomorrow, I'd be confident with my team, which is really, really, it's a good feeling. So that's the video, guys. Hope you all enjoy. Remember, we're trying to hit 1K before round 1. 1K subs. Tomorrow, we are posting a very good video. I don't know if it's a good video. Yeah, it's your judge, whatever. But we got a special guest, and you will not want to miss it at all. So that's coming out tomorrow at 4 p.m. Sydney, Victorian time, whatever. So, yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one. And, yeah, see ya.